I hear a lot of debate in the last year about protest. Does it work? Is it wrong? What's the point? Should they be arrested? All kinds of different questions from different sides. So I thought it would be a good time for us to talk about why we protest. Because protest isn't chaos, it's democracy's pressure valve. In every era, there are those who insist that protest is disruptive, impolite, or unnecessary. That's the point. Protest exists because polite requests rarely move entrenched systems. It is the mechanism by which ordinary people remind institutions that legitimacy is earned, not assumed. Protest's first function is exposure. Injustice survives by staying hidden, tucked behind bureaucratic language, normalized through routine, or dismantled and isolated. When people take to the streets, they drag those buried truths into the daylight. Suddenly, what officials call individual concerns become a collective indictment. But protest is more than a spectacle, it is a strategic withdrawal of consent. Every government, democratic or authoritarian, relies on the quiet cooperation of the governed. When people march, strike, boycott, or refuse to comply, they are announcing to the system that it no longer enjoys their cooperation. Power doesn't crumble because people shout, it crumbles because people stop obeying. Protest also builds something essential that no institution can manufacture: solidarity. Movements don't grow because individuals become braver. They grow because individuals can stop feeling alone. A protest is a public declaration of we, a counterweight to the isolation that keeps people compliant. That shared identity becomes the engine of long term change. And then there's the narrative. Politics is, at its core, a battle over whose story defines reality. Protest rewrites the script. It forces the public to reconsider who is harmed, who is credible, and what the future should look like. Long before laws change, the narrative does. Elites understand this, which is why they fear protest even when it doesn't supposedly win immediately. A protest raises the cost of inaction. It fractures alliances, it attracts scrutiny. It signals that the status quo is no longer stable. Even unsuccessful protests reshape the terrain on which future decisions are made. Most importantly, protest is a rehearsal for the world people want to build. In the streets, strangers practice cooperation, mutual aid, and democratic decision making. They model the society they're fighting for, even if only for an afternoon. So the next time that someone dismisses protest as pointless, remember this: nothing about the world we live in, from labor rights to civil rights to voting rights, was handed down voluntarily. It was demanded loudly by people who refused to stay quiet. Protest is not the breakdown of social order, it is the beginning of accountability.